What's going on? Solomon Waddles here, and I got a word from God, an encouraging word for women in 2018. I really hope this blesses you all. And before going into that, I just want you to know that I truly believe that 2018 is going to be one of the greatest, most fulfilling years you've ever experienced. If you continue to seek God and allow Him to work on your behalf, I believe He's going to open doors that have normally been closed, and all you have to do is walk in them and give God the glory for it. I want you to believe that. I want you to receive it. And I want you to know that biblically, the number 8 stands for newness. It means resurrection or rebirth. And what God is looking for, not just in women, but particularly in women, is a newness of mindset, a reborn mindset with no more insecurities. We're no longer bringing those insecurities from the past into 2018. And I want you to know that the Word of God says that in Proverbs 31 that women are more precious than rubies. They're more desired than jewels. And women, you are beautiful. You are confident. You are intelligent. You are powerful. So where do these insecurities stem from? And before looking at that, I want to break down the word insecurity, and the root word being security. And security is confidence of safety, protection, effectual defense, or safety from danger. And so simply put, insecurity is a lack of confidence or a lack of effectual defense. And whenever defending anything, the only way to be effective is to know what you're defending. And I believe one of the major contributors to insecurities is the comparison trap. The comparison trap is where you begin to compare yourself to someone and you see something that they have and you lack, and you actually begin to neglect all that you do have and what God has blessed you with, because you have your sight set on that very thing that they have that you don't have, that you lack. And I want you to know that I believe this happens on 3 different levels. I believe the number one level that we fall for the comparison trap is through social media, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, or any of the other social media outlets. We can even fall in the comparison trap with coworkers, seeing someone that we work with on a daily basis having things that you don't have, seeing things that you lack. And also you can even fall into the comparison trap amongst friends, finding friends getting married, and you're still looking for a man, and you can say, well, how can they get married? They can find their man. They're not living their life right, and I'm living my life on the straight and narrow, and I still haven't had a man come into my life. You begin to set your focus on the very thing that you don't have. And again, you neglect all that God has given you. And I want you to know that this isn't anything new. This is a tactic by the enemy, and he's used it in the very beginning of time. He used the very thing with Eve. And the enemy asked, he said in Genesis 3, he said, did God really say you couldn't eat of every tree in the garden? He knew the answer. And Eve replied saying, we can eat of every tree in the garden except the one in the midst of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And he began to work her mind and to get her to focus in on that very tree that she could not eat of. And I truly believe that Eve had yet not experienced every tree that was available for her, every tree that God said she could eat. I believe she hadn't eaten of every tree, but she began to focus in on that very one that she could not have. And the enemy begin to use that, because when you fall into the comparison trap, the first thing that's attacked is your identity. And the enemy said, oh, see, God's just holding out on you. He doesn't want you to eat that tree because he knows if you eat of it, you'll be just like me. And I'm here to tell you that I truly believe if Eve would have set her focus on the very things that she did have, on the very trees that she could have eaten of, she would have gained confidence. She would have been secure in her identity, knowing who she is through what God had blessed her with. And so same in your life. Instead of focusing in on that thing that you do not have, If you thank God for the things that you do have and view from the perspective of what He has blessed you with, you will gain confidence. You will become secure in your identity and not in what the world says about you, but what the Word says about you. So again, women, you are beautiful. You are confident. You are intelligent. And you are powerful, because that's what the Word says about you. I love y'all, and I want y'all to walk in 2018 with no more insecurities and in full confidence in your identity.